Welcome to section number 3, and I want to say good day to everyone who's watching this video clip. And today we are looking at how to instruct an exercise session or how to instruct a group training activity. And we'll look at the various things that as an instructor that you probably need to focus on or be aware of as you are giving classes. The next thing we are looking at will be the type of teaching, the learning, and the cueing, whereby we are looking at how to communicate effectively whilst you are leading the participants through the class that you have chosen to do on that particular day. The first thing we look at is the music. I'm aware that most of or all of the classes that you are giving, your practice classes, I'm sure that you are using some form of music. If you are not, I would really advise you that it is advisable to use some music just to create some atmosphere and some background. The first thing we look at when we talk about music is that let your music be enjoyed by all. So it's very much good to always do some little survey whereby you ask the participants what type of music would they like to do, and would they like to listen to whilst they're exercising. Because remember, you are not the participant, they are the participants. So the choice of music, it should be something that is appealing to them also. I know you might not get a specific music that is that can be enjoyed by all, but we always say let the majority prefer the music that you are playing. I think that's very important. Now, music that you play, like I said earlier on, it should be music that will create a good atmosphere in the background as you do your class. The tempo must be suitable. You all know with some classes, the tempo might be very fast for the music, or the tempo might be a bit slow for the music. So you need to choose the music and make sure that the music, it does go with the movements that you are doing. And the next thing we are looking at class introduction. One of the things we have to do well is how to set up a right tone. This is called class introduction. When you stand in front of the participants, you have to introduce the class that we are giving to them very, very nicely, in a way that will be interesting, in a way that will attract their attention. So I want us to look at a few things that you can do as part of your class introduction. The first thing is to greet the participants and introduce yourself. Never assume that they already know you, especially those of you who are giving classes to big groups of people. If you are giving class to 50 people, 60 people, it's likely that from time to time you might have an average of about 2 or 3 new people, every time you give the class. So it's very important to say your name, just to greet the people and say, "Good day, guys. Welcome to my class, or welcome to my Pilates class. My name is Pumezo Nyamele, and I'll be giving this class to you today." So that type of thing. And name the type of class to be taught. All classes have got names. If you are giving a Pilates class, you have to mention to them that I'll be giving you a Pilates class, and also mention the duration. Some people can be frightened by the duration and the intensity of the class. You have to mention to them that the class is a beginner class. It will be running for 20 minutes and all that type of communication. Talk about the class components. Let them know that the class will begin maybe with a little introduction, then you do your warm-up, then you do the actual activity. From there, you can do the cool down, and then you'll be able to dismiss them. And also mention to them that now the class is doable, there will be breaks. I think the main thing is to inspire hope. None of them should feel that the class is impossible to do. None of them should think the class cannot be done. None of them should feel that the class has got very high and impossible intensity to keep up with. So you need to tell them that the class is a very nice class. You want to encourage all of them. It's very much fun. They will enjoy it and they will love it. That type of communication is very important. Now, reassure all newcomers and first timers. If there are any first timers and newcomers, Try your best and pay attention to them. They might be struggling with some of the movements. You may need to go around and gentle correct the techniques if they are getting one of the things wrong. And also, when you're dealing with first timers, you have to assure them that they'll be fine. If something is not easy for them, you walk around and be able to demonstrate and show them what to do. The key thing is for them to be very comfortable, is for them to be very much confident that your class will be fun and nothing will go wrong. And even the people who are comfortable enjoying your classes, some of them were first timers recently. So you, because people when they come to class for the first time, some of them they lack confidence, and you may not want to put the first timers or insist that they be in, that, I mean they stand in front of your class. Let them be comfortable and stand preferable wherever they prefer to stand, so that they are not intimidated. Organize equipment, whatever equipment that will be required for your class. If your class will require yoga mats, your class will require aerobic steps, whatever will be required, dumbbells, medicine balls, all those things. Make sure that it's part of your preparation. Think about your class. Once you've thought about your class very well and carefully, you would know what equipment and what facility will be required. Test your music. Make sure that everything is fine and have a successful class. So preparation is very much key when you're doing this. The next slide, we are looking at the ways of ending your class nicely. Now, how do you end your class nicely? Very important. You end your class with a cool down, which is the same way you started. Cool down is similar to warm up. You cool down, meaning you drop the intensity to low intensity, which is the similar way you started. Once you cool down, then the participants, they already know, so that those who have been coming to your classes, they know that cool down means you are approaching an end to your class. And congratulate and thank everybody for coming. Always thank them. You can say things such as, thank you guys for coming to class. Thank you for all the support. I hope you enjoyed the class, and I will see you in the next class, that type of thing. Give announcements if there are any announcements. Maybe your next class will be in a different venue. Maybe your next class will require them to bring specific things that were not required in the class that you just gave them. So all those things are important. Maintain a good smile. Try to smile. All instructors should try to smile. Practice, be friendly, be approachable. Your members or your participants must find it easy to communicate to you. Make arrangement for questions. There might be people who might want to ask you questions after class. So you may need to hang around maybe for 5, 10 minutes after class. It would not be advisable to run to your car immediately after class. So just hang around. Those who might want to ask questions, some of them might want to get some of their family members to join, or you may need to have maybe an email address or a WhatsApp number where they can reach you, so that they can ask whatever questions that they may want to, or they can send SMS. There are many ways that, or they can post on your Facebook page. There is so much that you can do to make sure that your members are communicating with you. The next thing, we are looking at the leadership and the motivation. Now, as an instructor, you are a leader of the class, and one of the key things is for you to take charge of your classes and be in control. And therefore, it is very important for instructors to demonstrate very good leadership skills during their classes. And this slide basically will talk us through some of the things that as an instructor slash leader you need to be able to do and focus on in order to have a successful class. The first one, we say take ownership of the class and lead participants through the different movements. Remember, it's your class, you have to own it. Demonstrate movements, especially if they are new movements or they are new people. Take ownership. Let them feel that this person is in control. You know what you are doing. It's your space, and lead the people through. Motivate them throughout. Some activities might be a bit hard You need to encourage them and let them know that they can do this, they can go on. It's not so hard. And you need to walk around. Find time to walk around in between the participants, just to talk to them. Those who are struggling, let them give them ways to do the activity. Find ways to encourage them so that nobody will give up. That's very important. Be comfortable and be confident. Very important. Group training instructors, your work is to deal with the people. So if you lack confidence, it will be very hard for you to be a successful trainer. So one of the things you need to do is to build up your own confidence. And one of the ways to build up your confidence as a trainer is to make sure that you do look like a trainer. Work on your own body. We are not saying have the best body that is there to get, but if you yourself you exercise, it helps you with your own confidence, and therefore when you stand in front of the people, you will not feel shy. It will help you. And some of the movements that you show them, it must be things that perhaps you do them yourself even when you are training. It makes it very easy for you to show them how to do. Commend deserving participants. Very important to those who are doing well. You have to go around and say, well done. I like the way you are doing it, and all those things, because people, they need to be commended for them to feel good about themselves. So that's very much important. And now we are looking at Pilates. We are trying to zoom in and to sort of explain to you what it is and what are the benefits of this type of activity. Now, remember, Pilates is one of the group training activities. It's one of the classes that you would find amongst many classes, but I want us to just focus on it. Now, if you want to define it, Pilates is basically an exercise that concentrates on strengthening the body. Basically, now we are looking at different things. How does it strengthen the body? It improves your core strength. Now, the core strength is the strength around the center of your body. A lot of Pilates movements, they've got a lot to do with the core, with the abs. So anybody who does regular Pilates classes, one of the things you'll notice that your core will suddenly improve. Also, it improves your strength, it improves your general well-being, and also Pilates improves your posture, your balance, and flexibility. As you might have seen, that a lot of Pilates movements have got to do with balance, have got to do with good posture. There's quite lots of flexibility and stretching in there. So it's a very good activity that can benefit everybody. Also, it reduces the chances of injury, and also Pilates, it focuses on body-mind concentration. And there's something I would like to add. Pilates is one of the few activities that cuts across all age categories. It's very safe. A lot of Pilates movements are not ballistic, they are not dynamic, they are not vigorous. It consists of a lot of static movements that anybody, even a granny or a grandmother or a grandfather or somebody who's recovering from an injury, will be able to take part in Pilates. That's why we have selected this type of class, because we thought that Pilates is very much accommodative compared to some of the group training activities. Now, Pilates can be enjoyed by everyone. It's very easy to modify. It's easy to change intensity. It's easy to give variations. It's less vigorous, like I said, than ballistic. It accommodates all ages. It accommodates both beginners and those who are advanced, meaning that the Pilates classes can always be improved from beginner to the next higher level. Now, what are some of the specific benefits of Pilates? Very, very important. When people exercise, they always want to know, what is in it for me? What will I get? So it's very key that you always explain to your participants that, guys, this class is packed with lots of benefits. One of the benefits we've got is good posture. As you might have seen, that a lot of Pilates movements, they focus on the posture, on keeping your back straight. All those things are practiced so that your posture can be improved. Your abdominal area, all those things, especially when you are old. Some of the activities we do, they help us at old age to improve our health and fitness standard when we are grown. Pilates can also help with muscle toning, as you might have seen that there are lots of resistance movements there, or resistance training movements. Some of them you are using your own body weight. Some of them might be using a medicine ball and many things that are there. Flat abdominal muscles, there's lots of core strength exercises. There's lots of abdominal exercises there. It will help you, those of you who want to flatten your stomach. Pilates class is one of the good classes that you can do to make sure that your abdominal muscles they get toned up and trained. Flexibility, very key. Pilates is lots of stretch movements. So if you do a lot of Pilates classes, your flexibility will generally improve. And of course, your balance reduces stress. All forms of physical activity, they assist us with the regulation of stress. There are many things that can stress us, but exercise generally, not only Pilates, but exercise has been seen or has been researched, and researchers have found that exercise is one of the few things that you can do to reduce or to get rid of stress. And Pilates gives a general sense of well-being. You feel good about yourself. And there is a video clip that has got the types of equipment that is used in Pilates. I'm gonna let you click it on this slide, and I want you to watch the video and learn whatever lessons that are on the video. And the next thing we are looking at is whole body method Pilates principle. Now, Pilates focuses on the whole body, and there are 6 classical principles which I will not explain. I'll just read them out to you, and please, when you get time, do read through these principles. The first one is concentration and awareness. The next one is breathing. Remember, you have to be aware of the fact that you need to breathe and control your breathing, and make sure you learn all the breathing techniques that are required when you're exercising. Centering, that's the third one. And number 4 is the control of movements. Number 5 is something we call precision. And the next one is the flow and lengthening. And the last one is the connection, that is of body and mind. They're working together. So that is very important. And on the last slide, we've got another video that is called Pilates movements again, that I want you to watch. Have a look at this video. It's got lots of movements in Pilates, just to learn the different movements that you've got. Watch the video, and because a lot of these videos you would need them when you are doing your practical activity, because a lot of these the movements and the different techniques that are demonstrated here, they will also assist you when you do your practical demos. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and thank you so much. I'll see you in section number 4. Bye for now.